Hey guys, my name is Mike Munzing with Munzing Mortgage Group. Once again, love bringing these videos to you to cover the real estate market, the mortgage end of it. I've been a lender down here in South Orange County for about 30 years, cover all the products, FHA, VA conforming, Fannie, Freddie, whatever's out there. I love bringing them to you. Also, go over to my rate sheet. Once again, you can get that at my website at www.mikemunzing.com. Put lots of great articles and information there, like you get on your weekend update emails I send to you. If you're the realtors, obviously if you're a buyer, you don't get those. But if you're a realtor, you get those weekend updates, cover lots of good information on that as well. This week, we've got the big mid-year update from Stephen Thomas. You can get that over at reportsonhousing.com. Stephen kind of looks at the fact we're halfway through the year. Let's take a look at some of the details that he's pulling from the market as we hit that halfway point. He says that the active inventory already surpassed last year's numbers and it is still growing, but he does feel we're not going to be hitting that average number of the all-time history. Boy, back in the 2000s, early 2000s, those numbers were huge. Next, he says the demand is hot this year. It's even hotter than last year, but is starting to fade with the spring market in the rearview mirror. As he says, the spring market is the really hot part of the market. Summertime starts to slow down as the kids start trending back and heading back to school. Next, the expected time on market is on the rise and is taking longer to sell homes this year as compared to last year. Once again, the market last year had less properties on the market, so it took shorter times to sell those homes. The demand was still strong last year, but this year, once again, with the higher inventory, which is good for our buyers, it is slowing down the market a bit. Next, closed sales are nearly identical year over year, and it looks as though 2016 will finish out the year almost a mirror image of last year as far as actual closed sales. Next, there have been a record number of luxury home sales this year, but that does not mean they're selling like hotcakes. Those big, high-priced luxury homes are still having trouble getting off the market, and they still have a very long expected time on market. And finally, is my part of the market is the interest rates are flat and do not look as though they will be changing much more for the remainder of the year. These rates are still at record lows. They're fantastic. They're wonderful. On that note, if you do have clients who are looking to refinance as well, maybe pull some money out so they can buy down the road or buy an investment property, I'm here for you. I can help with that. Okay, now for active inventory on the page here. Let's bring that chart up. Active inventory the last 2 weeks has jumped 3% again, and that is 225 homes increased in, once again, 2 weeks to a total of 7,329 properties. We're over that 7,000 mark. We're over the peak of last year, and we are looking good. You can see that chart go right up there, which is great. Now, the next chart I'll bring up is the demand. Now, that has dropped as consistently as the one's going up. This one's going back down. That is down 4% or 104 homes in the last 2 weeks, down to 2,783 escrows. Homes currently in escrow, and you can see that peak earlier in the year, and that is coming back down. So as properties are getting on the market and demand is waning, that strong, very strong seller's market is starting to trend less for the seller, edging towards the buyers. Now, at the bottom of the page here on the report, Stephen does an Orange County housing market summary. Let's touch on just a couple of these. The average list price of all homes in Orange County was for quite some time at $1.5 million, and now it has dropped to $1.4 million just in the last couple of weeks. Now, for homes priced below $750,000, that is still a very hot part of the market. I know those of you who work that end of the market are seeing that. Properties are going off the market quickly. Buyers are still looking for those, and that is expected time on market of just 51 days. Now, that range represents 44% of the active inventory, but 68% of the demand, so it's a lot more demand than there is inventory. That is why that market is so hot. Now, the expected time on market for all properties in all of Orange County has increased from 74 to 79 days in just the last month. We're seeing that once again. Time on market starts to extend, brings it back into more of a buyer's market where they're getting a little bit more control. And finally, there were 3,116 closed sales in June, a 3% increase over May, but it's a 1% fewer number than the previous year when it was at 3,141 closings. So very interesting numbers. Hey, it all breaks down to the fact if you're out there working, if you're working open houses, if you're calling your buyers, following up, it is a great market for those of you who are out there just really working hard. I am out there most weekends. My number's always available. You can always call me at 949-689-5626. That is my cell phone. It's with me. I am here for you. My wife understands this is what I do. I help you get buyers into your homes at great rates, great programs, and get them going. That is what I've been doing for nearly 30 years. So it should be a great weekend. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless this beautiful country. Summer's here. Weather's hot. Time to sell that home. Bye-bye.